All right, y'all, we're going to take a look at this Boudoir Facebook ad. We're going to going to diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So Boudoir low click syndrome is when the unique CTR all for a Boudoir Facebook ad is under 6%. That means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking anywhere, somewhere on our ad, aka they're not simply scrolling on by. And we care about women clicking somewhere on our ad because that means our ad has entered their brain. And we care about that because when our ad enters their brain, that is the only time their chance of buying from us is non-zero. So we got to get this unique CTR all number up as high as possible, but under 6% is the most common thing I'm seeing, and it's a massive, massive problem. So even though it's the most common thing I'm seeing, and then that boudoir photographers have in their Facebook ads backend dashboard, it is not normal. It is the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause is the 3 pre-click mistakes. So 3 pre-click mistakes causes BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. Now, we also know that a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low click advertiser, a BLCA. So we got our universe, taking shape here. BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Now, BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico. And treatment takes about a week. And nobody else has this treatment. You can only get it here. And because we invented it. In Boudoir Pico, we duplicate the current Boudoir Facebook ad, whether it's on or off. We treat the duplicated ads. We leave the original one alone. Treat it. Takes about a week. At the end of the week, we keep whichever one rolling as the better metrics. Now, once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment. So we get rid of the 3 pre-click mistakes, and we now have pre-click alignment. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir brain entry boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. And this is basically, we got our unique CTR all above 6%. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So we got our full universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. That's fine, easy enough. Treated with Boudoir Pico takes about a week. And we achieve pre-click alignment. We become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost. Now, in my residency, I went out and found some Boudoir Facebook ads out there in the wild. And first one I tested, the unique CTR was 4.3%. So we know that's under 6%, so we know that BLCS is present. So I duplicated that, treated with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTR all up to 6.88%. So way better. So instead of like 4 out of 100 women clicking somewhere in the ad, we got it up to approximately 7 out of 100 women. So we actually found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 37% of its ad spend. So instead of spending 10 grand a month on their Boudoir Facebook ads, $3,700 a month, every single month was being wasted. So what we can do is we can eliminate that waste by using the Boudoir Pico treated ad and spend the difference instead and get our ad into the same number of women's brains as the original at 10 grand a month. So Boudoir Pico at, what would this be, $6,300 a month. We'll get into the same number of women's brains as the original at 10 grand a month. So that's where the massive gains come from. Now, the second part of my residency, when I found another one in the wild, Boudoir Facebook ad, brought it back to the hospital. Unique CTR all 1.39%. Okay, that's under 6%. We know that BLCS is present. Duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTR up to 9.13%. So that's insanely good. We found out the original was wasting 84% of its ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, literally $8,400 a month being wasted, thrown out the window. So what we can do now with this Boudoir Pico treated ad is eliminate that wasted ad spend, only spend the difference, $1,600 a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad, and we'll get our ad into the same number of women's brains as the original at 10 grand a month spend. So massive gains there, and we pocket that $8,400, or the business owner pockets that as kind of like an invisible phantom bonus, phantom profit, because it's not being wasted. It's literally, something like 100 grand in kind of bonus profit in the next 12 months. Now, I finally had a patient saw his unique CTR of his Facebook ad is 5.03%. So again, I knew the BLCS was present. So I went in Trio Boudoir Pico, well, duplicated Trio Boudoir Pico, took about a week, and got his unique CTR up to 15.35%. So I found out he was wasting 67%, or at least the original Boudoir Facebook ad wasting 67% of ad spend. So the original Boudoir Facebook ad had 10 grand a month. We'll get into the same number of women's brands as the Boudoir Pico treated ad, spending only $3,300 a month. So that whole difference, we're pocketing that difference as a bonus profit, or the business owner is, the boudoir photographer is, $6,700 a month in bonus profit by simply not spending that money. I would say, 80 grand bonus in the next 12 months. So insanely good without even needed to service any clients. So from these numbers, from what I've seen, the average boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting approximately 50% of its ad spend. I mean, look at the numbers, wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%, so it's wasting approximately 50% of its ad spend. It's after 12 months. So now we're here. So let's see what we got. So already seeing, so we're going to look for, diagnose, yes or no, does it have BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome or not? So do I believe its unique CTR is under 6% or not? Under 6%, yes or no? So we got the below creative cluster mistake here. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we believe that the false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that we're actually following what Facebook has told us to do. And following what Facebook has told us to do is literally the number one worst thing for us to do, because it causes way, way, way more women to scroll by our boudoir Facebook ads than necessary. Bringing down our unique CTR under 6%, contributing to BLCS boudoir low click syndrome. All right, next we're going to look at the creative. All right, so this looks like an ad mistake. So the false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we believe our boudoir Facebook ads should look like ads, because we've seen other Facebook ads that look like ads. Basically every other Facebook ad we've seen looks like an ad, and basically every other boudoir Facebook ad we've seen also looks like an ad. So the consequence of this is way, way, way more women scrolling by our boudoir Facebook ads than necessary. Dragging our unique CTR under 6%, and contributing to BLCS. Finally, we're going to look at the boudoir low clicks, or the Seymour headline here. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook mobile newsfeed. Looking for women who want to feel powerful and confident. Bay Area, Northern California. All right, so yeah, we got a little bit of context, but still lack of context mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that we believe we put in enough time and enough planning execution to come up with a Seymour headline that will have women stay and click somewhere in the ad instead of scroll on by. But the consequence of this, making this mistake, is way more women actually going to scroll by our boudoir Facebook ad, not click in, going to waste that impression, bringing out unique CTR under 6%, contributing to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. So, do I believe this Boudoir Facebook ad has Boudoir low click syndrome, aka BLCS, with a unique CTR under 6%? Yes, I do. So, if you're a Boudoir low click advertiser and your unique CTR all of your Boudoir Facebook ads, you've got BLCS, so it's under 6%, and you want to pull more profit out of the business because more boudoir photographers entering the market every day. It seems like when someone gets a new camera or a new iPhone, and they're actually joining all the mom groups, offering the $50 shoots. But you want to pull more profit out, get more optimized, get more out of your ad spend. Because price is going up for everything, kind of in real life all over. And so, if you're spending more than 10 grand a month, and you want to save approximately 50% of that ad spend, eliminate that, put that back in your pocket, which would be about 60 grand over the next year, then shoot me a DM when my patient intake form happens. Well, when I open for new patient intake, my DMs are closed right now, but when my DMs do open, shoot a DM at that time, and we'll see if you qualify.